Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Night Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who travels so he can pretend he's on the lam, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Night Light, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We are charging through this week. Another beautiful fall week here in Wisconsin and a gorgeous day specifically here in Northeast Wisconsin. I hope it's been beautiful wherever you are and hope you're having a great day. But whatever led you here tonight, welcome to Night Light. Great show tonight. Hope you guys participate. Phone lines are always open. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Be part of the show. We have a great question tonight. Two really interesting guests that I'm very excited to have, both in studio, both from Northeast Wisconsin. That's kind of a rarity. We'll jump in and talk to our guests starting at 6:35 with Heather Arndt. She is a local actress and has dabbled in the talent agent pool as well, but I think Heather is primarily focused on acting now, and she's done some good roles. She is a native. I don't know if she's a native. What do you say about Green Bay, Con? Is it native Green Bayite? Green Bayian? Green Bayian? Green
Bay Packer.
Green Bay Packer. God, is there ever a time during the day you don't have the Packers on your mind?
Any sport in general? I don't think so.
What is your was that a knock on the door? We've got Avon calling. But Heather will be here at 6:35. She is a Green Bay-based actress. And then we're going to have some AI talk at 7:20 with Jeremy Carrasco. He is a guy who is a content creator. He is a YouTube influencer, and he's going to tell us or give us pointers about how to deal with AI and what we're watching and how to spot AI, how to be skeptical of AI, but also how to embrace AI when possible. And I'll probably ask him a little bit about what he feels about the Hollywood angle with AI as well, and what jobs it might replace, all kinds of fun stuff. So that'll be, Jeremy will be, as I understand it, Jeremy lives very close to our studio, so he will be here in person after Heather, and it should be fun. Lots of fun stuff to talk about tonight, too, including producing the show tonight is Conrad Krieger. Hey, buddy. Was somebody at the door?
Yeah. You said it was Avon. Yeah, it was.
It was Avon?
Yeah.
Did you buy something?
Makeup.
Oh, nice. A nice base.
Some blush.
Okay. It's about time. What did you, why was I going to ask you about your day? Did you do something big today?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
It was a pretty timid day, I would say.
Pretty chill day. All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm excited because, I hate acting. I never root against people unless they just turn into jerks. And then it's kind of fun to see them struggle a little bit, especially when they're so arrogant that they think they can do anything, and their behavior affects other people. And I think you know who I'm talking about. Do
you? Kim Kardashian?
No, Ben Chan. Yeah, of course I'm talking about Kim Kardashian. She is on this show called All's Fair, where she plays a lawyer not afraid to show major cleavage in the courtroom.
Wait, this is an actual. When you were talking about it before, I thought it was like another Keeping Up with the Kardashians type thing.
No,
it's an actual show where she's the actress.
With executive producer Ryan Murray, who is a big-time producer, and he's produced a lot of hit shows. And Naomi Watts is in the cast. They have a good cast, but Kim Kardashian plays the lead. This is her baby.
So,
this is her baby, not Kanye West related.
Do you think she auditioned?
My guess is that she is the one who came up with the pitch or something, because she doesn't have a whole lot of acting experience. She did a movie called Disaster Movie years and years ago.
Movie's.
Did you see it?
It's funny.
Oh, that's great.
It's hilarious.
Well, in her defense with that one, I don't think she was the lead, but it got a 1% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't think it's meant to be good, though. That's not
but it's not
supposed to be good.
But there's a way you can do that where critics get it. This movie just tanked on every level. It got a 1% on Rotten Tomatoes. Her new show, All's Fair, where she plays an attorney, is getting a 0%.
Is that
nothing?
Does that
Zip.
What's the
nil? Nothing.
What's the last thing that got a 0% on Rotten
I have
Tomato?
no idea. You could probably AI that. I mean, or ChatGPT it. I started reading about it. I'm like, it can't be that bad, but it is. The Toronto Sun is saying it is the worst TV show in the history of color television.
Well, now I feel like I got to watch it to see how bad it is.
Exactly. And this is where Kim will come out ahead because even bad publicity will draw people to watch this piece of garbage. The Guardian says, fascinatingly, incomprehensibly, existentially terrible. And the New York Times says it's so bad, it's not even enjoyably bad. Because sometimes you can watch something that's awful.
Yeah, cringe watch.
Exactly. And you laugh. This is absolutely, apparently just terrible. And she is, I don't know what her response has been to the reviews, but my guess is that she would object, if I can make a courtroom joke.
Yeah, that's...
Or ask for a mistrial, miscancel. I mean... Isn't it enough? On some level, I applaud her for wanting to stay busy, and she appears to want to conquer the world. She went to law school. Was it online? I don't know. I don't care. She's got multiple reality TV shows, horrible products. At some point, don't you just go, well, I've done pretty well. She's probably a billionaire because everybody's a billionaire now. It seems like, I mean, I'm like a thousandaire. But it seems like everybody and their brother is a billionaire, and Kim Kardashian. But no, she wants to, and good for her for trying to better herself. But at some point, you just have to say, you know what? I'm a reality TV person, minimally talented, and just thank your lucky stars that you've been able to make money churning out garbage and being a terrible role model. Luckily, my daughter did not find that show. Well, she watched it because I think she had a friend who was really into it and she didn't like it. And then like when she started the cringe watching when she got later in high school, I'm like, okay, she can watch that now. That's fine. But I just feel bad for the girls that were in and even the guys. What's the deal with that Kardashian brother? He seems kind of like a numbnut.
Yeah, they all kind of are.
So, and you told me it was Kris Jenner's birthday today. Kim's mother.
Yeah, you know, great.
Doting mother.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kris Jenner. How do you decide what name to stick with if you're her? She was married to the guy that got OJ off, one of the guys, part of the legal team. That was probably Kim's inspiration. You want to talk about bad acting. When they announced that OJ was not guilty, the look on Robert Kardashian's face in that courtroom, like he was shocked. And that, to me, if you didn't think OJ was guilty, and it was a bad trial, I think he did it, but they presented a horrible case. I'm not surprised he got off, to be honest with you. But when you look at Robert Kardashian's face, it says it all. Anyway, she's divorced from, are they divorced? She and Caitlyn Jenner?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't keep up with that.
I thought you were serious about entertainment content.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that new show is on Disney Plus.
Yeah, all's fair.
And, you know, I get it why they raised their prices now.
Because they knew people were going to cancel their subscriptions in droves. But how do you decide which last name to keep? Do you go back if you're Kris Jenner? Do you keep Jenner? Because he's an idiot too. Caitlyn Jenner.
I don't know. Does
And then,
Kardashian has more of a, you know,
I
household
probably would have
name.
gone back to Kardashian, I think. I mean, Jenner's a great, easy to say last name. Pete Jenner. That sounds amazing. I would have gone so much farther in life if my last name was Jenner and not Schwaba.
Well, I
Got saddled with Schwaba. You know what that's like, Krieger?
I do.
You've got the same thing going for you. Conrad Krieger, Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, but, you know, they don't say my last name right.
How you say it?
Krieger.
Krieger, yeah.
Yeah, but they say
Kroger, Kruger,
Kruger.
Krugs.
You know, funny story. I stopped at this restaurant in O'Hare, and I was, you know, I got some fries. That's all I got from the restaurant.
Really? That's so subversive.
I was like, I'm not that hungry, but I could eat before the flight. So the waitress comes back and she spells out my name and why it sounds like Krieger not Kruger, because she's from Poland and she knows how the German name translates from German to English.
Gosh.
All of a sudden they're, whoa.
Give me the fries, lady. That's kind of cool, though, to find out something like that.
Apparently, there's two like lines on the U above it that make it sound like Krieger in Germany.
Okay.
But without the lines, it's Kruger.
It throws you.
So the E is the lines, and
But you're going to stick with Krieger at this point.
I don't think I'll change it. It's
a good name for a sports broadcaster, Conrad Krieger. I would stick with that.
Yeah.
All right. Without further ado, listen. And now Kim Kardashian, she's hijacked the first half of the show. What is the matter with me? Let's get to our Nightlight question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Questions.
Oh, here we go. It is National Donut Day, the greatest invention ever to come out of the kneading process. Conrad, I'm spelling that K as in Krieger,
Nice.
Neading. How many donuts do you think you can eat in one sitting? Let's celebrate gluttony tonight, folks. That's our question of the night. How many donuts do you think you could eat in one sitting? It is National Donut Day. Please be part of this question. 855-752-4842. 855-75-CIVIC. You can text us on the app. Or if you are watching the radio on the stream, drop us a stream comment and let us know how many donuts you can eat in one sitting. What do you say, Con?
This is a complex question.
It is. It's a thinker.
Because there's a variety of different donuts.
Some lend themselves more to totally scarfing than others.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to,
That's true.
Dunkin' Donuts, they got those little donut holes. And you could eat a bunch of those.
You could. I'm gonna. If you want to tell us how many donut holes you can eat, that's fine. But I think we go actual donuts. And
Okay, so like the Simpsons donuts.
Yeah.
Those size.
What are the what size?
Like the ones that Homer eats all the time.
Yeah. You
Like
think those are cake? Those aren't cake donuts. Those are like the raised kind of doughy.
I'm gonna say one.
You can, dude. You're not even trying. You think your answer to tonight's question is one donut?
I honestly think I don't eat donuts.
No, you just eat French fries at the air. Come on, one donut?
I don't think because they get me full pretty fast. It's full. It's just full carbs.
Anyone who thinks Conrad is being lame right now can weigh in
Fine,
as
I'll
well.
say 20.
All right. I'll meet you halfway though. There are different kinds of donuts. You're right. There's cake donuts. There are, the raised kind of doughier donuts. Like Quick Trip, those are kind of heavy donuts.
Yeah, they are.
I've
glazed.
eaten 3 of those. If I had to, I could eat a whole box. If I was at Krispy Kreme and they were coming right off that dealio that they come out of, I could eat a box of those. I would pay for it.
I've never had a fresh Krispy Kreme.
Oh.
But I've had Krispy Kreme, just not a fresh one.
The fresh is where it's at. I mean, they're fine, but the fresh ones are where it's at. All right. Answer the question, folks. Be part of Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. When we come back, we have a great clip from my interview with Adam Brody. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight on the Civic Media Radio Network.
The storm and its furies rage today, crushing hope that we cherish so dear. The cloud and storm will in time pass away, and the sun again will shine bright and clear.
97.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM.
As a U.S. Navy veteran and business owner, I've lived through moments where every detail counts, and I carry that into mass appeal. That's why I personally ensure we deliver top quality promotional materials like t-shirts, sweatshirts, and more to help your company, whether it is a local business or school, gain the visibility it needs to thrive. Your logo is our business, and we're here to make your vision come true.
Go to massappealwi.com or drop by their shop on Lineville Road, just off Highway 41.
More fiber and laxatives, eh?
Who are you?
I'm Future You.
Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Is your flag looking a little worn down? Don't worry, I have just the fix for you. It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411. And this Thursday from 9:30 a.m. till 2 p.m., head to Shields in Appleton for a Veterans Day flag exchange. You can bring your faded or frayed American flags, and they will replace them with a new one for free while supplies last. This is only from 9:30 a.m. till 2 p.m. on Thursday, November 6th. Learn more by heading to WGBW.FM and clicking events.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals, so I made the call.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric.
Can you tell me?
Take another journey. We must meet with other names. We must
Great
meet
tune,
with
what?
other names.
It's a great tune.
It's a fix. Secret Separation. Love it. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight. Great to have you with me on this Wednesday night. Our question of the night is, how many donuts do you think you can eat in one sitting? You could pick the kind of donut. You can even say donut hole. Con mentioned donut holes. That's fine. But it is National Donut Day. And it is maybe the greatest invention in the history of this country. Where were they invented?
That's, I'm going to Google that.
Oh, we do a little Googling. On the stream, Joe, I'm trying to read Joe's middle name, says, plain cake donuts, I can eat like cookies. The fancier, more iced and glazed, it's more like 3 max. Yeah, that's a great answer, Joe. Because as much as I love the frosting on donuts, it would probably slow you up. It would put too much sugar in your system, and you'd probably go to sleep by like donut number 4. I really think, though, if I had to, I could probably polish off 6 Quick Trip donuts. And there was a big thing going around years ago about these kids would do this, and I know this because we have family friends who did this. They would try to drink a gallon of milk. Were you ever in on that, Con? You ever try that?
No.
It was a Northeast Wisconsin thing, but when we would visit here in the summer, our family friends, they were like teenagers at the time. They were doing this thing where they were like challenging each other to drink a whole gallon of milk, and you just vomit. You can't do it. You cannot do it.
Yeah.
So, but everybody thinks they can. And I had a friend who was probably 33 at the time, and he said I could do that easily. He said, when I have cookies, I probably wolfed down a half a gallon of milk. So we got him some cookies. And he's eating these cookies, and after 2 glasses, he was done after 2 glasses of milk. And I mean, it's impossible to do. And I remember our family friend doing it, and he was like 14 years old, Mike, and he said, listen, let's say I don't puke. And the guy who was egging him on was another family friend who had just gotten out of the Army, and he said, Mike, you're going to puke. Trust me. And he did, but he finished the gallon. It's the weirdest, most gluttonous challenge ever. So it reminds me of this donut eating issue. I do think if I had to, I could eat 6 Quick Trip style donuts. I'd probably be sick for a couple days.
Yeah,
maybe.
those glazers. The sugar crash you would
that's
also have after that.
Yeah, I just go to bed.
Have it right before bed. Nice little midnight snack.
Because I do, when I'm good during the week, I'll get a couple donuts for the weekend. I'll get like a box, and I'll have 2 to treat myself. Isn't that funny? You treat yourself by eating crappy food. Oh, yeah, I'm going to treat myself. Clog up those veins a little bit.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it. But I have eaten like 2.5, and maybe I'd go back to the other half later in the day. So 3 over the course of a day. But 2 is a piece of cake. That's why I didn't mean to make fun of you, but I'm like, you could easily do more than 1.
I don't know. I feel like anytime I eat a donut, I feel like I shouldn't be eating it.
Well, of course.
So I don't eat more than 1.
Bailey on the stream says it was with a banana as well, if I remember correctly. No, drinking milk with a banana. I don't know about that, Bailey.
Actually, there's a challenge in Sprite and a banana, and supposedly that makes you throw up instantly if you drink Sprite
with a
and eat
banana?
You drink Sprite, like down a lot of Sprite, and then eat a banana right after.
See, a lot of innovations are being made in the puking industry.
So I will say this. So for like fantasy football, there's always a punishment, sometimes for the last place team.
Yeah.
And there's this one where it's like you have to do the milk mile.
What's that?
Where you have to chug like 25% each time you go around the lap of milk. So you chug it, run a lap, chug it, run a lap.
Where's the lap? What
like
kind of lap?
like a mile in like a track or something.
Oh my God.
And obviously you throw up.
Here's where I'm at with all that stuff. I'll watch it. I'm never going to try it, but I will watch other people do silly things. That's kind of where I'm at,
Yeah.
And I got no problem with it. Hey, so the show Nobody Wants This has been renewed on Netflix, and Adam Brody is in it with Kristen Bell.
Yep.
Very kind of a popular show. I have not seen it yet.
I watched season 2 already. It's great.
Oh, you watched the whole thing?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So it got me thinking when Adam Brody was on the show about a little over a year ago. We discussed some of his career work and what was, I can't remember the movie that he was in. Promising Young Woman. So let's play part of that interview with Adam Brody.
Can you tell me, one of my favorite films was Promising Young Woman. You have such a memorable part in that movie, kind of got the ball rolling.
Emerald Fennell, who wrote and directed it, is just a phenomenal talent. And that was obvious. And she's also a wonderful actress. And so she's very charismatic as well. And that was obvious from the script. I mean, everyone, knew how good a script that was and how good a movie it would be. And I think she did a wonderful job with it. And she also, where I come in that particular one is, a bit of a misdirect. And she cast a handful of people known for their nice guy personas, their nice guy roles, and subverted those. And I thought it was brilliant.
That's really fascinating what you said, because I don't think a lot of actors or people in general, when they work on a film, know it's going to be great.
It was the movie's very entertaining and funny. And yet,
Right.
And then it has this showcase where a great part for Carey Mulligan, who was one of our finest actors, and then a procession of cameos and different great parts for a bunch of men and a few women as well. And like I said, it's funny, it's tense, and at the same time, while you're being entertained, it's very thought-provoking, it's very provocative, and it was talking and having a dialogue with the moment we were having and are still having. And so it was incredibly topical while not being preachy in any way. And so that's just a great cocktail.
Interesting guy. It was fun to talk to him. He was a good guest. But check out Nobody Wants This. I have to check it out. It gets good reviews, and it was renewed for a season 3 after season 2 was only out for like a week. So that's a good sign too. All right, we're coming back with local actress Heather Arndt. She will be here in studio and will read your text. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
From Denmark to De Pere, this is 97.9 WGBW.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Federal investigators on site in Louisville after yesterday's crash of a UPS cargo plane, killing 12 people. The governor says they believe one child is among the victims. NTSB member Todd Inman at a press briefing says the fire zone stretches for a half mile. He also offered what they have learned so far in the probe.
And we have viewed airport CCTV security coverage, which shows the left engine detaching from the wing during the takeoff roll.
Investigators say they've also recovered the plane's black boxes. They're being sent to D.C. to be analyzed. The FAA announcing it will reduce flight capacity beginning Friday by 10% at 40 major airports across the country due to the strain on air traffic controllers working without pay and the government shutdown. President Trump blaming the shutdown for Republican losses in yesterday's elections. Voters say the economy was the biggest factor in their decisions. Starbucks baristas say they have approved to launch a strike next week at U.S. stores if the company doesn't agree to a new contract deal. This is ABC News.
Roster moves for the Pack. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. NFL, the Packers have promoted tight end Josh Wiley from the practice squad to the roster. Wiley, a fifth-round pick for the Titans out of Cincinnati when Luke Fickell was head coach there. Tucker Kraft placed on IR awaiting surgery for a torn ACL. NBA, the Bucks losing in Toronto last night, 128-100. They host the Bulls on Friday. College basketball, it's the Badgers in Northern Illinois Friday at the Kohl Center. Nolan Winter talked about making the switch to center for Wisconsin.
For me, I think it's more of a mentality than anything it is physically or anything like that. You know, when I have that aggressive mentality of just attacking every ball, going to get everyone that I can, you know, this offseason, that was a big thing for me, knowing that going into this season, that's going to be a big part of my game is rebounding and limiting them to one shot. So for me to go out there and, you know, execute a little bit, you know, I got to continue to do that for this team. But yeah, I mean, it's more of a mentality thing, like I said.
That's Badger center Nolan Winter with Sports on Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Sometimes Nepo babies have to wait months until they get a decent role. Luckily, the son of Richard Gere and the daughter of Cindy Crawford, his ex-wife, are pairing up in a new series called The Shards. Richard Gere and Cindy Crawford divorced in 1995 after 4 years of marital bliss. The Shards is a thriller set in early 1980s Los Angeles about a group of high school kids and a serial killer. The show is expected to hit the small screen in 2026. Not sure there was ever a huge demand for the pairing of Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser, or the need for another offensively mediocre Mummy movie for that matter, but it might be happening. The two are in talks with Universal to grace the screen once again. I kid, however, the Stephen Sommers series of The Mummy has received much better reviews than the Tom Cruise Mummy from 2017, which pulled in only a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, making the original Brendan Fraser Mummy seem like Citizen Kane. More to come on this project. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid-20s to 30. Mostly cloudy and breezy tomorrow, highs in the low 50s. Staying mild on Friday, then much, much colder for the weekend, even some rain and snow showers around. It's 46 right now.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
The Maggie Dawn Show.
State Senator Sarah Kieski, I want to talk about campus closures, especially the UW Baraboo closure.
To see these closures keep happening is heartbreaking, and seeing that there's not been an appreciation of not only the importance of this for students, but really recognizing that these are economic drivers in these small rural communities that is having a huge impact.
The award-winning Maggie Dawn Show, weekday afternoons from 4 until 6.
We are the
Nightlight with Pete Schwaba, and you've got the Civic Media Radio Network. Great to have you with me on this Wednesday night here in beautiful downtown Green Bay as we broadcast statewide over our beautiful state. Bailey did clarify, Conrad, it was Sprite.
Yep.
Not milk and a banana, but it was Sprite as you came to that conclusion.
I tried it, and it didn't make me throw up, so...
Thank you for taking one for the team.
Maybe I didn't chug the Sprite enough. I don't know.
Angie from Monroe in the 608 says, Greenbush Bakery, their apple fritter. I'm sure that's tasty, Angie, but how many can you eat in one sitting? We are celebrating gluttony here tonight on National Donut Day, and that is our question of the night, folks. How many donuts can you eat in one sitting? Monica from Mount Horeb is calling Conrad out. She says, Conrad's a lightweight. I could eat a dozen donuts. Oh, Monica, thank you for your honesty. All right, we are going to have more... let's talk donuts with our next guest and sprinkle that in with some film talk and acting talk, all kinds of fun stuff. It is my pleasure to welcome back to Night Lite. She's been here before. She is a local actress and dabbles in the agency business, all kinds of fun stuff. Miss Heather Arndt, how are you?
I'm doing good. I
I'm
love
glad
that you
you're here.
said sprinkle in. You really added to
moving
the whole
away from
donut
that?
thing. You really added to the donut thing.
Oh,
The sprinkle. Sprinkle.
See what you did there, Con?
You didn't
didn't-
realize.
He didn't
No, I
even know.
didn't. New sidekick. Here we go. Yeah, that was a good one. Thank you.
Yeah.
If we could, what was the, I was trying to think of the Office thing where they had the custard. I feel like Michael Scott right now. Like I can't think of a totally
Donut day?
stopped in
Where
my
they had
tracks.
Donut day?
Well, they had Donut Day, and they used to put the stapler in the Jello.
Yeah.
And Ryan said you should put him in custardy. Like they had all these puns.
Yeah.
And you just got me. So there you go. We're off to a great start. Thank you for coming in. This is nice to have you here in the studio.
You seem to always have me in fall and winter. Because
Do
last time it was cold too. I'm like, hey, how come I'm not coming in summer where it's sunny?
But what is that? We're inside. I mean, it's sunny and 70
I
in
know,
here.
but it's so dark. And
Yeah.
little old me has to be walking over here.
You told me you took an Uber from a hotel down the street
Yeah.
because you couldn't find parking. This is downtown Green Bay. This is not New York City.
I know. I don't know
is
what would
going on?
happen. I think if I was in New York City, I would have just taken an Uber from the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some construction going on here.
Mm.
Was that Hinterland over here? Is that Hinterland next door? What is the name of the
Oh,
restaurant next door?
Hagermeister Park.
Hagenmeister.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is parking, no parking there, and construction. And the other side of the road where you can park, they don't allow you to park.
Right.
So I went down a little farther, lined up with cars. So I don't know if it's like, dinner time rush. They didn't have a reserved spot for me. I was disappointed you
What?
guys didn't have a reserved spot for me. So
Don't they
who do
know
I talk
you've
to about
been
that?
in
for
movies
next
or
time?
what? I mean, come on.
So I had to drive all the way down to like St. Brennan's. I'm like,
You could probably, at the news break at 7, Uber it back, get your car, and find a spot here really
yeah,
easily now.
at that
But-
point.
Or Conrad could just he benches 275. Did you know that?
Really?
Have you improved on that?
What is that going to help?
Well, if someone
you can walk with me.
Yeah, if
See,
someone
just
tries to, get fresh or rob
Do people say
Heather,
that? Get
I
fresh?
just said it.
So if
you
someone
could
tries
say,
to rob,
I'll bench you. Yeah.
I'll bench you.
All right, you and me, it's go time. You lay down on the ground and say, come on, buddy. And then you bench him, and he knows who's boss.
I think that'll scare him off before it even happens.
I love it because I just started getting back into fitness, like
Yeah.
strength training.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Because
isn't
my
it great?
triceps are super weak. I am
Really?
like super weak.
I noticed that
triceps.
last time you were here, but I don't
noticed
want
my
to
weak-
say.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
It's not like me to point
I didn't
that
wanna
out,
say.
though.
Yeah, I didn't want
You
to.
got good biceps, though.
But my biceps are good.
You should have one of the other.
I've got
at least.
strong biceps, but my triceps so weak. So I've been like really trying to.
Good for you.
Because I want to do a pull up. Okay, I can't do a pull up.
You can't do a pull up. I don't
Can
think
you do a pull up?
I haven't done one in ages. Probably not now. I do resistance training too,
Okay.
but I'm slowly working my way back into shape. It's a tough road.
Really, the strength training, for the rest of your life. And
Yeah.
I had told my mom, I'm lifting weights now. And she's like, why? I'm like, for mobility for the rest of your
Yeah.
life, to get out of the couch in later years, to lift the case of water. You ever try to lift a case of water? That's
Probably. Conrad benches
He
the
benches a
occasional
couple
case
cases.
of water.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. And it's like when you see older people, like my mother-in-law, it's hard for her to walk. I mean, she's 88.
Yeah.
But your legs just get weaker if you don't use them. And I've heard nothing. Everybody talks about how important resistance training is, more so than cardio even, when you
I love
get to be
cardio.
our age or older,
Yeah.
and probably older than you. But so what do? You do like an aerobics thing, or you just do the weights?
So, I've always kind of been active. So I usually go for a walk every morning with my dog. So I'll take her for a walk. She's my protector.
Yeah. You're off the hook, buddy.
You're off the hook. And then I do free weights, but I just got some resistance bands.
Oh,
bands,
yeah.
Because you can use those anywhere. And if I travel or I'm on a job, I can just pack those along. If I don't want to go to the weight room, or if I don't, you can just take those with you. Or if I really have nothing, working my triceps, I just go into the edge of the bed
chair?
or whatever,
Yeah.
chair, bed, whatever, coffee table, and, work your triceps.
There you go.
And so, yeah, just trying to, a body in motion stays in motion type of
Absolutely.
thing.
And there's so much stuff, like everybody's always trying to sell you stuff. And it's like, all you have to do is move.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you do the cowbell thing or the lift weights or whatever, but I think it's important just to move. What do you bench? Do you know?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. My son, so we have our own private workout area. Him and I usually are the only two that work out in there and at different times.
Wow, that
And
sounds like a great health club.
it really is because we go anytime.
Wow.
But when I go in there, he has the thing, if you use the machine,
Yeah.
all the weights. And then I'm just, because I'm just starting back out again. And I should have been doing that the whole time, even though I've been doing aerobic type stuff.
Yeah.
So it is the weakest. I'm the weakest you could be right now.
You're on the 10 plate or whatever.
Because I'm working those back muscles, those
Yeah.
tricep muscles, which don't have anything built up. If I'm doing the biceps, I can lift a lot more. And my legs, I can definitely lift
nice.
more weight. So
I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but when I do my routine at the gym, I try to make it a cardio thing. Like I won't take any breaks. And I do this thing where I do a really slow rep, back up and back down. I don't do the reps because I can't. I get bored. So in this workout takes me 30 minutes, but by the time I finish it, I'm so dead. It's so exhausting. So I'll go do a shoulder or a chest machine. It's literally 1 or 2 plates because I'm completely gassed and I'm always looking around and then I'll put it there and that's all I can do.
see, I'm not a huge fan actually of working out in a gym. I like doing things that, for instance, if I'm moving stuff around and I'm lifting, I know I talked about cases of water,
Yeah.
but stuff like that. If I'm doing stuff and I'm active and lifting things like that, that is much more enjoyable for me, and I'd rather do those things than sit in a gym and lift the weight. That's just
Absolutely.
not fun. Hence the reason I just, I told you, that I just did this bungee aerobics class.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Have you ever
actually.
heard of those before?
I've heard of them and I
so
don't see myself.
have that thing suspended from the ceiling and you get into this little get up. So it's really great on your joints.
Okay.
So as people get older, they have you doing burpees on these bungees.
Oh, those are a great workout.
Yeah, and it's great because you're on this bungee and you have to trust that it's not going to break and you're not going to kill yourself. So trust the bungee.
Right.
But it was the most fun class that I've ever taken. I just did the kind of the introductory one. And when we finished, I thought, man, I could do this for another hour because this is so fun. Some people were sweating and some people weren't. I wasn't, but I love that stuff.
Yeah.
But I definitely the next day felt like I must have been working out because, we're doing all this stuff and it's fun. You can kind of fly
Right.
with this bungee but you get a really good workout. There's one in Appleton and I guess it's only been open 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
I had just Googled to see if there was any kind of bungee class and there was, and I did that in a sound bath. Now, have you ever done a sound bath?
No. Oh my gosh.
Do you know what that is?
Is that floating?
Okay, no, it's not.
Okay.
But thank you for saying that because so a sound bath is really
The only thing I've ever done is jazzercise. So I'm excited to hear about all these
okay.
things. Okay.
Well, sound bath is more relaxing mindfulness meditation. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
did that after the bungee class, and you kind of lay down, and they have sound bowls, and sometimes they have gongs, or sometimes they have flutes or water, different things. So it's really a sound bath for your senses. But we had a girl that showed up to the class, and obviously her friend didn't explain what a sound bath was, so she brought a swimsuit to the class thinking we were going to be in water.
Right.
But there's no water involved. I know that's confusing, sound bath, but
No,
sometimes they call it sound meditation. But if you do go to one, make sure you bring a blanket, a pillow. You're laying on the floor, okay?
Okay.
So they say you can bring a yoga mat. I don't know about you, but I don't want to lay on a yoga mat that's not comfortable to lay on for 30 minutes or an hour.
Right.
So I bring a nice, big, fluffy blanket. Some people bring an airbed.
That's too much.
I didn't bring that, but a blanket and then another one to cover up with because you do get cold just laying there, and a pillow, and it's super relaxing.
Is this someone stealing your wallet or something while you're laying there?
No,
It seems like you're just kind of taking a nap together, but it's sounds like more meditation.
it's more meditation and mindfulness. One of my favorite sound baths I've ever gone to was by Bobby Joe. She has a website called Love Bobby Joe. And she's out in Kiwani, though, now, so she does a lot out in Kiwani. But she was doing some in Green Bay. And in summer, she does them on the beach, like in the morning. And hers is very ocean-based. So hers is, to me, the best, most meditative sound bath. So if you're going to try one, I would suggest
You could do something at home on YouTube, maybe. Do they have that kind of thing?
You could. It's not the same experience. Like, they do come around with some of these sounds. So it's like waves washing over you. It's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you could do it at home just like you could work out at home. It's just a different experience. It's kind of like working out at home or taking a group class where you're with the other people and have that energy of the other people.
Yeah.
So you can do it, but
you're busy. Heather Arndt is my guest. She's here in the studio, and she's a local actress. I was not anticipating doing a deep dive into this stuff, but it's fun to learn about new things. I think that sounds really cool. She is a Northeast Wisconsin-based actress. Should we talk about some acting stuff? You got a lot of stuff going on.
I know.
You won an award. Tell us about that. That's pretty cool. You won a Best Supporting Actress for your role in the Amro Heist.
The Amro Heist.
Tell us about the movie and the award.
So great. We filmed that. We only filmed it in a week. Feature film in a week.
Whoa.
And it was shot right in Amro, which I didn't even know where Amro was, but it's close to Oshkosh.
Yeah.
And it was a bank heist. We filmed in an actual bank that was no longer. And I was one of the bank tellers where this bank is getting robbed. I get beat up in that film. It was my first time getting punched, so learning how to get punched on set without actually getting punched was a little scary.
Is that what motivated you to work out and start lifting weights?
No.
The fake punch?
No, but it was such a fun film. I won Best Supporting Actress in that one. I was really excited. And you can watch that now streaming on Amazon Prime and a slew of other platforms.
I got to check that out. I am
definitely
fascinated that was shot in a week. I
in
don't know.
a week, and we won Best Feature Film. It was just such an amazing experience.
Now, what was that? What festival was that at?
The Milwaukee Independent Film Awards.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's pick up there. Let's talk more about that, and then we'll talk about some of the other things Heather is doing. Very busy, and when she's not working, staying in shape. And but you still Ubered it here from a couple blocks away, so don't start to feel too good about yourself. We've got Sid on the stream, says, I've taken down 6 quick trip Glazers, but I don't think I hit my ceiling that day. I'll say 8. I love the enthusiasm, Sid. We'll ask Heather how many donuts you think you could eat. We're doing that when we come back. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Light on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You'd be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last, love has won. And I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you.
Appleton Cigar Company on College Avenue has been serving the community for over 25 years. If you are a cigar aficionado looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, you need to check out Appleton Cigar, which boasts the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee with over 706 cigars to choose from in a walk-in humidor. The Cigar Lounge offers an impressive variety of spirits and cocktails that pair perfectly with a premium cigar. For the full experience, come to Appleton Cigar at 415 College Ave, Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. For more information, go to appletoncigar.com.
This is a message for your dog. Pet Supplies Plus in Squamico has a brand new store featuring treats, balls, toys, and food. Go for a walk through the store and spoil yourself at the new grooming salon and expanded dog wash. And yes, they have supplies for other pets too, even cats.
Hey, Northeast Wisconsin, this is Kristen Ambos with the Always On Point podcast and Point Mortgage. On Sundays at 10 to 11 a.m., you'll find me on the Civic Media app, as well as 1590 a.m., 97.9 FM, and all podcast platforms where we'll discuss everything mortgage, real estate, and market related. Any questions? Text them to 920-606-1156. Join me every Sunday.
With locations in Appleton and Oshkosh, Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley since 1972, offering comprehensive eye care services. Their doctors also share a special interest in treating chronic dry eye disease, providing specialty contact lenses, and expert pediatric eye care. Find Insight Eye Care on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Improving lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit wiinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today.
Discover your new sanctuary at Pages and Pours Bookshop and Wine Bar, where every story finds its perfect pour. Sip on craft beers, savor fine wines, and indulge in artisanal charcuterie or dessert, all in a cozy, welcoming space that's as chill as your favorite novel. Whether you're browsing classic titles or toasting with friends, Pages and Pours is the bookshop and wine bar you've been waiting for. Find your next chapter at Pages and Pours, 415 Main Avenue in De Pere, and at www.pagesandpours.com.
A suicide on a team is devastating and a real risk for veterans. If you or someone you know is struggling, taking action for mental health is a brave step. Reach out now at reachoutwis.org for local resources available to you and your loved ones.
Paid for by Advancing a Healthier Wisconsin Endowment with support by the Medical College of Wisconsin, the War Memorial Center, and reachoutwis.org.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor.
Yeah, all night long. And nobody don't dance on the edge of the dark. We've got the radio on, and it feels like.
So it's interesting you picked that song, Con. You like that song, right? Psychedelic Furs. Yeah, it's a great tune. So I'm helping my son who's writing this movie, and we've been kind of working on it a little bit together. And I go, yeah, and I'm thinking like the mood right here is like, you know, the Furs, like Heartbreak Beat. And there's just like this long pause. And my son goes, I think we have different tastes in music, Dad. Like, totally shot down. Like, you know, that's a great tune. I don't care what anybody says.
It's hard when you're shot down by your own children.
Exactly.
It really is.
Hey, so Heather Arndt is my guest. She is a local actress, Green Bay-based actress, award-winning actress, very cool stuff. Won a Best Supporting Actress for The Amro Heist, which you can see on Amazon Prime. They shot a feature film in a week. That's all impressive, no question, Heather. But how many donuts can you eat in one sitting?
God,
How
I think
tall
it
are you?
depends.
Are you like 6'1"?
No, I'm 5'5".
Okay.
But I think it depends where you're getting the donut from, because Uncle Mike's, I got a donut there, and I like the filled ones. Those things weigh like a couple pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, you eat that, you weigh it, it's a couple more pounds.
2 donuts.
Now,
then.
I mean, no, at first I hadn't had one in a real long time. I'm like, I can only eat half of a custard filled because that's already like a pound.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
But if you were talking about Quick Trip Glazers,
yeah,
I mean, those are like air.
Well, Glazer, yeah, they're like
Those are
the
like air.
those are like the Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yes.
But they're not fresh off the rack. But the
But
Dunkers,
if you put it in the microwave for like
Yeah.
10, 15 seconds, it's just like that. And they're like air. You eat
it's
them
dangerous.
and it's just, you could eat the whole 6-pack.
You'd
No problem.
eat yourself to death before noon. And I'm not encouraging people to. I mean, if someone wanted to see how many donuts they could eat right now and then report back to me, that would be great. I would.
But,
I
you
would-
know,
but pace yourself.
Put
right?
them in the microwave. That's the tip. That's
So I'm
the
hearing
thing.
from you 2 donuts. You think?
That if I have to eat 2 donuts,
Well,
I don't.
when would you
want-
ever have to? Like,
a survival situation, but I think then we're rationing. So
I'm stuck on an island with all these donuts. I better only eat 2.
Exactly.
All right, fair enough. So let's see, what else have you done here? You've appeared in the drama Let Me Be on Tubi, season 2. You play the character of Joy. Tell us about that. That sounds like a good gig.
Yeah, so this was a drama series that I stepped into in season 2. I played Joy, who is the mother of one of the main characters. A little backstory with her. They have an estranged relationship. I come into the story and they're kind of reconnecting after all these years. Her son was kind of going on a wrong path. So when they connect, things are starting to turn around. Things are getting really great. And I'm just going to, spoiler alert, in case you guys want to watch it, don't listen right now. But things end up being really, really great. And I end up in this pivotal scene at the very end where my son gets shot in front of me. And that scene I had to film in December. That we shot in Milwaukee. And I had been on set already 12 hours all day. I had been shooting all day. It's now, I think, like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So they're setting up this shot outside. And I have to drive this car that the seat doesn't move. Well, it's supposed to, but it doesn't work. And I'm
Okay.
not that tall. So I'm sitting way at the edge of the seat, not feeling comfortable driving someone else's vehicle. And I'm supposed to see my son get shot. And then I run out and I'm supposed to be, in tears crying. And I can't cry on cue. So they're like, okay, it's almost 2:00 in the morning. They come into the car. Are you ready? Can you cry? And I'm like, I can, but it's been like 12 hours. I'm falling asleep in the car. I don't know how much liquid I even have.
That's what I'm working with here, yeah.
In me. But yeah, it ended up turning out really great. I did end up crying, screaming out in public in Milwaukee at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Nice.
And
You
then
fit right in.
And then it started snowing. So it all just worked
First
out.
came the rain and then came the snow.
Exactly.
That's so fun. So what is this? So is it still on? Are you going to do more episodes? You did 3 episodes in season 2. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to do another season or not. It's really a story that the producer wrote about kind of herself, and it's based on true events. So it's about my son and this girl that he's dating and the relationship that they have and their kids and what happens there. Monica is the woman that he had dated, and they have kids together, and she ends up dying and her children die. And
Yikes.
so, yeah, there's
Does
a lot.
not sound funny.
There's no,
Okay.
it is definitely a drama series. So
Okay.
it's one that you want to walk into knowing that there's going to be so many ups and downs in that.
My guest is Heather Arndt. She is a Green Bay-based actress and doing some great work, it appears. And what? Can you stick with us through after the news? Can we keep you for another segment? Okay.
Yeah.
So who are your influences? Like what kind of roles do you want, and do you pattern yourself after someone who you've seen in movies or on TV?
Oh man, as far as actors go, I would love to do some more comedy stuff because you don't see that a lot in films and things like that. I seem to do a lot of crying. I seem to do a lot of drama films.
Yeah.
This is not my first film where I've had a child die and I had to cry. I did another one called Garbage Man, which is in post-production. So I end up doing a lot for whatever reason of crying, but I did grow up on soap opera. So it seems like it's,
nice. Okay.
going hand in hand there.
It's funny. You don't ever see, or at least it seems like you don't see that often, someone coming from the soap world into network television or even indie films maybe. But this actor in the show Task that I've talked about a lot, and I have one of the actors on the show, but this other actor, Tom Pelphrey, started in soap operas, and now he is everywhere. He's on Task. He was in this show called Love and Death on HBO that I watched. Is that something you'd want to do as a soap opera, or do you want to?
I mean, I don't think soap operas are really big anymore. And I don't know that I would want to do it anymore. I mean, growing up, I was like, okay, I'm going to be in a soap opera. But after all of, I've seen, I'm like, do I really want to be making out with someone every other week and then dating his brother?
I always thought they seemed like cool gigs, like just because the world is so weird and they're shot so strange and the set is just so
There's always
static.
that longing stare at the end.
Yeah.
That, there's always that.
But you hear like from these people that they have to memorize all these lines, and it's a great exercise. Heather Arndt is here, folks. She's going to stick around through the news. Coming up at 7:20, Jeremy Carrasco is going to talk AI. That will be fun too. So we are coming right back for Act 2 after the news. It is so great to have you with me. I'm Pete Schwaba, and this is Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
If it happens in Wisconsin, you'll hear about it.
Local news and timeless hits. WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packard. The death toll has risen to 12 after Tuesday's UPS cargo plane crash in Kentucky just after takeoff. 3 crew members and 9 others on the ground not yet identified. Governor Andy Beshear.
What you see are mangled remnants of what was in its path, completely burnt, and blackened.
Authorities say the left engine separated from the plane just after takeoff. The FAA saying it'll reduce flight capacity by 10% at 40 major airports nationwide. Possibly thousands of flights per day. The reason, the government shutdown. It's now the longest in history. President Trump's global tariffs went before the Supreme Court today. While the court's liberals made it clear they believe the president has overstepped his authority, the conservative justices appear to be split. Officials in Chicago say a teacher at a daycare center was violently dragged out in front of children by federal immigration officials today. This is ABC News. Among other issues that voters weighed in on yesterday, a proposition passed in Texas that allocates $3 billion to understand dementia.
The Dementia Prevention and Research Institute of Texas, approved by the state's voters yesterday, creates a network of specialists involved in neurological research for patients and their families nationwide.
There's going to be more opportunity to have an advanced potential treatment.
Alzheimer's Association CEO Dr. Joanne Pike says the vote here triples her organization's funding for research into an illness that affects 7 million Americans. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
McDonald's reported a boost in third quarter sales thanks to the relaunched snack wrap. But Chairman and CEO Chris Kempczinski issued a warning consumers remain under economic pressure, so he says McDonald's will lean heavily into discounts. Tennis great Venus Williams is planning to play for a 33rd straight season on the WTA Tour starting in January in Auckland. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
The Maggie Dawn Show.
State Senator Sarah Kieski, I want to talk about campus closures, especially the UW Baraboo closure.
To see these closures keep happening is heartbreaking, and seeing that there's not been an appreciation of not only the importance of this for students, but really recognizing that these are economic drivers in these small rural communities that is having a huge impact.
The award-winning Maggie Dawn Show, weekday afternoons from 4 until 6.
The Bucks fall in Toronto. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports NBA. The Bucks were playing back-to-back games, and it showed. They lost by 28 to the Raptors, 128-100. They're back in Milwaukee today, getting ready to host the Chicago Bulls Friday night at 7 in the first round of the NBA Cup. College basketball, the Wisconsin Badgers need to work more on their defense. Head coach Greg Gard after the win over Campbell Monday night.
We got a little antsy, I thought, at times, and then got burnt because of it, which is good. It's a good teaching moment for us. I'll show them when they're up in the air, spinning around while the ball's getting dribbled by. That's why we say 90% of the game is played with your feet on the floor. It's hard to move when you're up in the air when the ball's getting dribbled by you. Little things that, if we continue to clean those things up, we'll become a better defensive team.
They host Northern Illinois on Friday. NFL, the Packers placing Tucker Kraft on injured reserve and elevated Josh Wiley, a tight end originally from the Titans, from their practice squad to the 53-man roster to replace Kraft. With Sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid-20s to 30. Mostly cloudy and breezy tomorrow, highs in the low 50s. Staying mild on Friday, then much, much colder for the weekend, even some rain and snow showers around. It's 46 right now.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
The Maggie Dawn Show.
State Senator Sarah Kieski, I want to talk about campus closures, especially the UW Baraboo closure.
To see these closures keep happening is heartbreaking, and seeing that there's not been an appreciation of not only the importance of this for students, but really recognizing that these are economic drivers in these small rural communities.
Broadcasting live statewide from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay. This is Nite Light with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who binge watches TV for a living but doesn't get paid, Pete Schwaba.
That's me, baby. Welcome back to Nite Light, folks. Hope you had a pleasant intermission and smoked them if you had them. It is Act 2 on a Wednesday night here at Nite Light. Heather Arndt is my guest. She is in studio. We're talking to her about some films she's done. We'll be back with Heather in just a moment. Coming up at 7:20, Jeremy Carrasco will be here. He is an AI expert and a content creator, and he lives right here in Green Bay. So we thought, let's bring Jeremy in, talk a little AI. I certainly want to ask him his thoughts about AI affecting actors and actresses in Hollywood. We'll get into that as well. And I'm going to ask him how we can look for scams, too, because AI is getting better and better. But there are some tricks, because I watched one of his videos earlier, and we'll talk to Jeremy about that at 7:20. Our question of the night is, in honor of National Donut Day, it is, I'm not saying it's the greatest invention of America, the donut, but you could argue that it's one of the,
It's up there. That's for sure. Probably next to the telephone.
The Industrial Revolution maybe did some good things, but the donut, the greatest invention ever to come of the kneading process. How many donuts do you think you can eat in one sitting? That is tonight's question of the night. I say, if I just don't think about it, I could do a whole box of Dunkers from Quick Trip. And Krispy Kreme, we were talking about that a few minutes ago.
You could probably do 2 boxes.
I don't know about 2 boxes, but I know I could go for, if they were like hot off the, whatever you call that thing at Krispy Kreme. Have you ever been to a Krispy Kreme?
I've never been there, but I've had them. They're so good.
When they come out of the, whatever it is, and they melt in your mouth, I could eat 10 of those easy, and I would probably have to check out for the rest of the day and probably get sick. I know I could do it. I say 10 of those.
They don't fill you up, it's air.
They fill you up deceptively, because you eat them and it's like, oh, that was no big deal. And then they like expand and you feel like a drug mule with donuts inside you. Probably. I just want to go on record and say I've never brought drugs across the border. I've never had a balloon inside me.
I'm starting to question it. Another Office reference right there.
Yes, that is an Office reference.
Oscar.
And a future question of the night. Have you ever brought drugs across the border?
I don't know. I don't know how
you have to think about it, Con.
He doesn't know. He was too young to remember.
Yeah,
exactly,
you let me
know.
I also talked about Kim Kardashian's TV show that is getting a 0, nothing, nil, nada. Not one good review for All's Fair, where she plays an attorney. It's been called the worst TV show of all time. Are you a Kardashian fan?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I didn't even know she had a TV show.
She's a TV show, and Naomi Watts is in it. Like, there's a good cast, but I think it was her idea, and Ryan Murphy is a big-time executive producer. He's got a lot of hit shows on. He's behind it, too. So somehow she got people to buy into this, and it's really getting trashed. So anyway, now you definitely got to check it out.
Yeah, and isn't she supposed to be a lawyer or something? She's going to school.
She went to law school. I don't know where, or if it was online or like.
It's based on a true story, right?
What, the show? All's Fair.
Yeah, Kim going to going law school and
right. Well, the promo picture is her showing major cleavage in like a courtroom, and I'm like, what? Like
I'm going to take you seriously.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey, whatever. Anyway, I get a lot of mileage out of Kim Kardashian on the show, or in the Kardashians.
We should really get her on the show.
Damn it.
She's definitely coming. I know it.
Take a memo. It's been a while. Let's get her. bet she'd be a really fun guest, actually. But the jury is out as to whether or not she has a sense of humor about herself. Our texts have come in. Sydney says, "Where are you, Dave? Tell us your number." Sydney said 8 donuts. Lil Irv, that's also Dave, says, "I get heartburn from donuts, but I can eat a box of Glazers if challenged."
Oh.
Leaving the door open for a challenge. He says, "But," and then Sydney says, "All right, not bad, as long as we're in front of Joe." Just kidding. I don't get that. But do you get that, Heather?
I didn't get that.
I don't get that either. And neither did Lil Irv. He says, "Who's Joe?" Sid, first commentator in the chat this evening. He beat us both with commenting. Oh, I think I missed some, I missed some stream comments.
Yeah,
And
they had
monitor just
they had a
went off
conversation, you know.
Well, I can't be part of it because the monitor just went off.
Monitor's
So let's
out.
get back to our guest, Heather Arndt, local actress, doing some great things, winning awards, part of all kinds of cool projects. So you were telling me about a project you're doing during the break. Tell us about that.
What was I telling
The
you about?
political movie.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what were we even talking
Yeah,
about?
you have donuts on the mind.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I know.
the
How many
natural
can I eat? I wasn't done.
You were like, I undersold myself. I know I could do 3.
I could do more than that. Well, you know, if you're talking Glazers, of course we can.
Yeah.
We can all, you know, I'm going to bring them in next time, actually.
Please do.
We're going to
All right, book her next week. She's coming back.
No, but I do have a political film that I am
Yeah.
a news anchor. I'm portraying a news anchor in it.
Oh, that's
And
good.
that one's going to be shooting in Milwaukee as well. So actually, they are looking for extras. So if people are aspiring actors or,
Okay.
you know, new actors or people that are just kind of like
I'm
doing extra work.
actually an aspiring extra. I've been in some movies and had lines. It's just not for me. I'd rather
You'd rather be an extra?
just hit the craft services table occasionally and be in the background. Is that terrible?
You know, I'd like to. Producers can be actors as well. You know.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep them in mind.
So, well, hey, if you want to, I actually shared the post. So you're connected with me.
Facebook?
Yeah, on
Okay.
Facebook.
Awesome.
So if you want to be an extra, you can just send a message to Adam Smith. It's listed on there, and there's an email on there that you can send.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So get your guys in there.
Be an extra. It's something fun to do, I think. At least
is.
try it once because it is kind of fun. You get to see how the process happens.
And if you haven't
all
been
that
on a
kind of
movie
stuff.
set or you haven't been in a
Yeah.
movie or you're just like, hey, what's this all about? You know, you're not going to have any lines. Don't freak out. It's fun to do.
Yeah, it's pretty low intensity.
Yeah.
How do you get booked? Because, you know, it seems like, and I've had a lot of filmmakers on the show here from Wisconsin, be it Southern Wisconsin or here in Northeast Wisconsin. And I understand how you get connected with those roles, but is it hard to get noticed for other stuff like beyond the state? Or are you fine just working roles whenever you can and keeping your life simple?
I mean, you know, honestly, if you're looking for, are you talking just film work or are you talking about other work?
Well, I guess film comes to mind because it's temporary, you know, and I know you have a business and you've got kids and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, in parts beyond as well.
I mean, I think, well, for instance, when we worked on the Amro heist, we were working with a crew out of Canada.
Okay.
So it's kind of one of these things where you just keep making connections from people in different areas and they work with you. And I think a lot of the film industry, and I mean, I think a lot of industries in general, it's networking and who you know and working
Yeah.
with them and being connected and XYZ. So the more people you know and you get yourself out there, you know, I didn't do a lot of film work when my kids were little.
Yeah.
I did some commercial work here and there, but I didn't really get into film work until they got older. So it wasn't until the last couple years. And so, you know, you can go on some platforms like Backstage sometimes has opportunities for actors. You can sign up to be on Backstage, and a lot of film opportunities are on there.
Okay.
Facebook, there's groups like that where you can get connected, and that'll help you in this general area. But there's opportunities the same way in other areas, but it's a little more challenging if you're not from that area. Can you travel out there? That type of thing.
That's interesting you said that. So you have your own agency, and I know you did that for a while. You seem like you're focusing more on acting right now, which is great too, but you're like the perfect person to ask this question. You just said if you want to be an extra, I know there are people in the area everywhere that are interested in acting, but they might say, oh, how do I do this? I don't have an agent. Where do I go? What do I do? What would you tell them?
So you don't have to, especially if you want to be an extra in a film, you don't have to have an agent. I would, join some of these Facebook groups where like they have actors in Wisconsin. If you just start not Googling because you're on Facebook, if you start putting in that search chat, engine actors, Wisconsin, you're going to find stuff. Same thing of, if you're looking in North Carolina or Ohio or Indiana, they all have groups. Join those groups. If you're from this area, people are always looking for extras. And that's a great way to get yourself in your foot in the door, getting used to, hey, what's this like? Being on camera, what's the whole setup? But also you can join, like I said, Backstage is a platform for actors where you can sign up and there'll be opportunities for filmmakers. But if you're not someone has any experience, you might want to try some of the Facebook groups first. Okay. And, they have film meetup groups here in Green Bay, in Milwaukee. Okay. Attend some of those as well.
Yeah.
Just network and get your name out there and say, hey, I'm interested. I have a guy I think he's out of the Milwaukee area, and he pretty much just does all extra work. And that's just what he wants to do. And in Chicago, too, I mean, you can be extras on some of those, like Chicago Meds and things like that. So just getting yourself out there.
I had a Chicago PD audition.
You did?
About a year and a half ago.
Was it an extra, principal, co-star? What was it?
No, it was like there was like 5 or 6 lines. I played the dad of a guy who gets killed or does something. I don't know. And I thought I crushed it.
Yeah.
Not even a callback, Heather. I had the Chicago accent down. That's where I come from. That's my hometown.
Really? Okay.
So I had the Chicago, hey, I'm a parking garage attendant. I had to act. I crushed it. Nothing. What do I do? Do I march away? Do I throw my hat down? What would you do if you were me?
No, I mean, I get it because it's so devastating when you're like, I did such a great job and you put all this time and effort into it.
Yeah.
But, if you look at the other side of it, there are so many factors going into who they're choosing to cast, because sometimes they have great options and they could easily have cast you. But sometimes it comes down to, okay, who are their main actors? And now, you look too close.
Yeah.
You look too much like that person. We're not going to cast you. Or the other person that they're going to, sometimes when they're casting families, well, we actually really want this kid. So now you're not going to fit as that parent. So
right.
Don't take it personally, because it's really never about you.
Don't take it personally, and don't get your hopes up, because I remember I auditioned for Third Rock, a walk-on role years ago. Casting director says, yeah, great, you're in. They wrote the part out of the show before I could film it. It's like, are you kidding me? That's just stuff that happens. Or you do it and they cut it out. I cut my mother-in-law out of a film. And then I had to sit across from her at Thanksgiving. That was a little awkward. I just told her, look, you don't have the chops. I don't know what to tell you.
It's hard. It's hard because, you film all this stuff and then you wait to see. I know I had filmed a movie once and they did so much footage. And then in the end, it was like the majority of that stuff got cut, and it was like, okay,
Did you have to shoot all that footage?
And there was one project, where I shot a movie and I get stabbed in it. It's this whole shebang. In the end, they cut out that whole stabbing, the whole scene, all that.
Oh, what a bummer. Especially a scene like that, which is so cool, where you get killed.
I know. I guess they just decided nah, I guess we don't need that.
Oh, that's awful.
I know.
Hey, this was fun. We'll have to do this again and not wait as long next time.
Yes.
But we're on. We'll keep in touch, and then also, what are you watching? Like you're busy. You got kids. You're acting. When you go home at night, what are you binge watching?
Oh gosh.
I know you said you're reading, and that's great, but I'm not impressed. We got about 30 seconds. What are you watching?
Really? I mean, honestly, I don't really watch a lot of streaming because I'm just so busy with other things, and I'll go to Netflix and I'll start looking for stuff. But what I do like is true crime. I did watch that True Haunting or whatever that's on Netflix. Okay. Have you seen that or heard about that? It's like a real life story of hauntings.
Okay.
And there's 2 different stories that are told in that. I didn't watch the second one because after the first one, I'm like, that's enough haunting for now. But I do love real life stuff like that. 20, 48 hours.
Keep
all that.
working those triceps. And the next time you come in here, we're going to arm wrestle. We'll do that. All right.
Gosh.
Heather Arndt, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming right back with Jeremy Carrasco for some AI talk. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight. Don't go anywhere.
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
Hey, it's Amanda, and we all know that Northeast Wisconsin has some of the best events around, but trying to find them all can be tricky. So here at WGBW, we decided to do the work for you. Prevent boredom on any night by going to WGBW.fm and click events in the top right corner. You'll never have to spend forever scrolling to find out what's going on in your area. And if you got an event to share, hit us up by emailing info@WGBW.fm, bringing you local news and timeless hits while giving you the 411 on what's happening in New Wisco.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
The Maggie Dawn Show.
State Senator Sarah Kieski, I want to talk about campus closures, especially the UW Baraboo closure.
To see these closures keep happening is heartbreaking, and seeing that there's not been an appreciation of not only the importance of this for students, but really recognizing that these are economic drivers in these small rural communities that is having a huge impact.
The award-winning Maggie Dawn Show. Weekday afternoons from 4 until 6.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off. You've got this. Yes, you do. See how we've got you at yougotthis.usaging.org. A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination
You've got Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. I am Pete Schwaba, and this is the Civic Media Radio Network. Con, let's not miss those texts. I have no monitor here, so somebody texted in on the stream. I think we missed a text from Joe. Do you want to read that one?
That was the first comment.
But he said something after that, didn't he?
I don't see that.
All right. I'm gonna go to the text line. Jim from Appleton says, Krispy Kreme, half a dozen, Quick Trip, maybe 3. Simple Simon Bakery, Bavarian creams all day long. Oh, man, I would pay to see that, Jim. Angie from Monroe says, you can only eat one. They're about the size of 3 donuts. I think she's talking about the
apple fritter.
Yeah, the apple fritter in Madison. I've heard that. I've heard that place is fantastic. Thank you, Angie. Melissa from Willie Street in the 608 says, hi, Pete. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with donuts. Don't we all? When I was in grade school, I was in a bowling league that met on Saturday mornings. They fed us Long Johns and Orange Crush. God, it's like child abuse. It killed my love for donuts for a long time. Just recently dipping my toe back into the donut pool. I added the donut part. Maybe one is all I can do, but ask me about pistachios, and that's my go-to for the gluttony. One time I had a handful of pistachios, and the mood just caught me right, and it was like the best. It tasted like the best meal I've ever had. A handful of pistachios. I'm so with you, Melissa. And I can't believe you went pistachio on me. That's fantastic. We'll get to more of your texts. Keep them coming, folks. How many donuts do you think you could eat in one sitting? Okay, we are going to pivot here, and I'm going to welcome my next guest, who is here in the studio at Nightlight for the first time. He's a content creator and influencer and has lots to say about the subject of AI, all the way from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Jeremy Carrasco. Hey, buddy.
What a wonderful place to be joining you. Incredible. Town, local interviews. This is incredible.
Did you hit traffic coming over?
You know what? There's something going on down here. I don't know what it is. So technically, no, but it took me a whole 2 minutes to find parking.
Oh, you did a lot better than Heather. She had to Uber it from 4 blocks away or something. And
we both live in Chicago. We know how it is. We find
the parking's terrible.
You find a way to do it.
That's right. Hey, it's great to have you here. I'm happy to meet you, and I know we also have DePaul University in our past. You were probably there much later than I was.
A little bit.
How was your experience at DePaul?
It was great. I mean, I met so many of my lifelong friends there, met my future wife there, my current wife, then obviously.
You met your current wife and your future wife
no,
there?
No, just
That's
the current one. Oh, that would be wild. No, it was great. Met a lot of great friends there. I went to the sound recording department there. So it was a music school experience. Got interested in production and video. I still use a lot of those skills today. I'm one of the few people who's using any of my recording technology skills. Most of them find other things to do. Yeah.
That's fantastic. All right. So tell us a little bit about what you do. I think, I was coming up with questions today, and the thing I thought, well, I'm just going to watch his videos and get a sense of what you do. But tell people about yourself and what it is you do in regard to AI.
I call myself an AI literacy creator, but I really talk about AI video, what it looks like, how to spot it, how to understand its context in the media world. And I think by now everyone has seen an AI video online at some point. And if you haven't, you probably did, and you didn't know it at this point. So, I was working here in Green Bay as a live streaming and media professional for the past 5 years, have a long history of media production. Like I said, used to be a music guy, went into video, went into recording, did a bunch of things all around the audiovisual and not really TV so much, but more like film and audiovisual related things. So got into the AI video thing partially because I just saw that there was a lack of education about it, and I knew I was able to talk to people about it. So it's just kind of worked out that way. But I've only been creating now for 5 months. So it's been a very, very quick thing. I've been learning about myself as I've been making it.
So you're creating content about AI and instructing people about AI and how to become more savvy and spot it and what to look out for, that kind of stuff?
That's right. Yeah. And I should say that I don't work in the AI industry. I don't represent that side. I really think of myself as a media outsider who came into this. And, a lot of the media industry has been very disrupted by AI. A lot of people have been having a hard time figuring out how to react to it as it's just moved so quickly. So even though I come from, a non-AI background, I come from a technical enough background where my goal is to entertain people and show people how to just deal with this new technology. And I'm not teaching people how to use it because there are plenty of channels for that. And you have to, frankly, kind of sell out to go all in. There's so many people who are doing it or are getting sponsorships from the AI companies. So I'm definitely not a pro AI guy. I'm much more of an AI skeptic.
Wow, that's interesting. I would think like the stuff you do is going to blow up because so many people don't have a clue. And a lot of people probably don't care, but I do. I want to know, what's happening. Like, and I know with the strike, I'm part of the SAG and the Writers Guild, and I want to know this stuff. All right, we're going to get into all this. We're going to do the news. We have a quick phone. Is it Ollie from the Northwoods?
It is.
How many donuts do you think you can eat in one sitting, Jeremy?
3 without having a bad time.
Okay. Because I have a feeling I know what Ollie's going to talk about. Let's bring Ollie on and see what Ollie has to say tonight. Hello, Ollie.
Hi. Well, Ollie's not going to say she can eat a bunch of them.
I believe you could, though.
Oh, no. Crispy, the ones from Quick Trip, I can eat 2, and sometimes I think, oh, that looks so good, I'll just have one more. But after the first bite, then that's it. I'm done.
One
but I
bite?
have to tell you that
We have about 30 seconds, Ollie, just to let you know.
I know a person who has been known to go to the bakery and buy 2 dozen donuts and on the way home eat a whole dozen donuts.
That is
And she
wrong.
weighs 125 pounds.
Is that all she eats for the year, or those 12 donuts?
No, no. And isn't that a fright?
It's horrible.
That little person can eat a dozen donuts.
I
in
love
one-
it. Ollie, we
on
got to
the way
run.
home.
We're up against the news, but thank you so much for checking in, and I will be dreaming of 12 donuts. Thank you, Ollie. We're coming right back with Jeremy Carrasco after the news. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight.
97.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packard. The death toll has risen to 12 after Tuesday's UPS cargo plane crash in Kentucky just after takeoff. 3 crew members and 9 others on the ground not yet identified. Governor Andy Beshear.
What you see are mangled remnants of what was in its path, completely burnt and blackened.
Authorities say the left engine separated from the plane just after takeoff. The FAA saying it'll reduce flight capacity by 10% at 40 major airports nationwide. Possibly thousands of flights per day. The reason, the government shutdown. It's now the longest in history. President Trump's global tariffs went before the Supreme Court today. While the court's liberals made it clear they believe the president has overstepped his authority, the conservative justices appear to be split. Officials in Chicago say a teacher at a daycare center was violently dragged out in front of children by federal immigration officials today. This is ABC News.
The Bucks fall in Toronto. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports NBA. The Bucks were playing back-to-back games, and it showed. They lost by 28 to the Raptors, 128-100. They're back in Milwaukee today, getting ready to host the Chicago Bulls Friday night at 7 in the first round of the NBA Cup. College basketball, the Wisconsin Badgers need to work more on their defense. Head coach Greg Gard after the win over Campbell Monday night.
We got a little antsy, I thought, at times, and then got burnt because of it, which is good. It's a good teaching moment for us. I'll show them when they're up in the air, spinning around while the ball's getting dribbled by. That's why we say 90% of the game is played with your feet on the floor. It's hard to move when you're up in the air when the ball's getting dribbled by you. Little things that, if we continue to clean those things up, we'll become a better defensive team.
They host Northern Illinois on Friday. NFL, the Packers placing Tucker Kraft on injured reserve and elevated Josh Wiley, a tight end originally from the Titans, from their practice squad to the 53-man roster to replace Kraft. With Sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. November is a good month for movies this year as we lead up to the holiday box office season. TheFilmStage.com has released 15 movies you might want to check out this month, including The Running Man, starring Glenn Powell. The film is a remake of Arnold Schwarzenegger's 1987 film, which was based on a Stephen King story. Die, My Love is a thriller mixed in with some dark comedy that stars Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. It's the latest effort from Lynn Ramsey and hits theaters November 7th. Jay Kelly is director Noah Baumbach's new film and stars George Clooney and Adam Sandler, who play an actor and his manager, respectively. Ira Sachs' Peter Hooger's Day tells the story of the queer photographer and a conversation he had with writer Linda Rosencrantz in 1974. The film premiered at the Cannes Film Festival to great reviews. It's based on Rosencrantz's book of the same title. The film takes place in one room and is based on a single conversation. Great stuff, headed to the theaters in November. For more showbiz fun, tune into Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid-20s to 30. Mostly cloudy and breezy tomorrow, highs in the low 50s. Staying mild on Friday, then much, much colder for the weekend, even some rain and snow showers around. It's 42 right now.
The Maggie Dawn Show.
State Senator Sarah Kieski, I want to talk about campus closures, especially the UW Baraboo closure.
To see these closures keep happening is heartbreaking, and seeing that there's not been an appreciation of not only the importance of this for students, but really recognizing that these are economic drivers in these small rural communities that is having a huge impact.
The award-winning Maggie Dawn Show, weekday afternoons from 4 until 6.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Every 15 seconds,
Welcome back. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. We are plowing through a Wednesday night edition of the show. And joining me here right now is Jeremy Carrasco. He is a Green Bay native, or Green Bay resident, I should say. And his job is in AI. He's not in AI. He's a content creator, and he teaches people how to deal with AI. And I find it fascinating. Jeremy, so what should people, in your opinion, I'm pretty much a layman. I know about Tilly Norwood. Do you know about Tilly Norwood, the AI actress?
Yeah, we can talk about that. Okay, I do know about her.
I have questions about that, but what should regular people who don't have to deal with AI on a regular basis right now, what should they look out for when it comes to AI? What amount of knowledge should regular people have about the subject, in your opinion?
I think really when it comes down to it, if you don't feel like you've caught up, that's okay. Everyone always feels like they're behind. Everyone always feels like they're catching up. So that's the first thing I want to say is it's normal, and that's how I feel all the time. And I'm covering it every day, and it's just always moving so quickly. So what I would say is that, having a little bit of knowledge about just like what's happening in the industry, just like larger trends is good. A lot of the tech companies would like you to think that everything changes all the time, but there are some trends. So, for example, AI videos are popular enough to go relatively viral on social media now. So, really, the thing I would say is that thing that used to, tick off in your brain of like, wow, that's really unbelievable. Now that might be because it's an AI video, whereas before it might have been something truly incredible. Or an example I'll give is, sometimes there will be AI videos like this where it's like a baby who's about to stick a fork in an outlet or something. And there's someone filming this baby sticking a fork in the outlet. Then the puppy goes to save the baby, right? And the comments will just be people being like, why didn't you put the phone down to help the baby? But in my head, I'm just thinking, well, that must be an AI video, right? Because what human wouldn't go put down the phone to help the baby, So it's retuning that part of your brain that, a lot of the AI videos are really made for, to go viral because they're just a little bit too crazy to be true or a little bit too good to be true. And then, the other side of it is just, being aware that there's plenty of AI text out there. There's plenty of AI photos out there. It's just generally a little bit more skepticism is a healthy thing to have right now, but definitely I don't expect everyone to be as hawkish on it as me. I mean, that's my job, but it's just getting by day to day is a little bit harder than it used to be. If you're trying to find any sort of like quote unquote truth on the internet, it's much harder to come by now.
Right. What is the motivation of people that make, let's say, AI real? Obviously, everybody wants clicks. Everybody wants to sell advertising. Is that what is motivating AI content creators? I mean, because oftentimes, and we can talk about how to spot, if it's AI or not, because a lot of people don't seem to know. They repost stuff. And I'm like, I don't think you know what you're reposting.
Yeah.
But what should people look out for?
Well, the first thing is that it is just remember that like engagement is what most platforms are built on. So I can talk about that as really since TikTok entered the picture, every platform is trying to copy TikTok's engagement model more or less, which is to say that following or subscribing to people is less common than it used to be. This is why you don't see your friends on your Facebook page as much as you once did, is because a lot of it is just based on what you're watching. And even if you don't hit the like button on the video, or Facebook still knows that you watched it and that you liked it, So the thing that AI videos are really good at is taking advantage of the way that these platforms track engagement now. And so you can think back to when clickbait used to be a big problem. Some people might remember that of, maybe on YouTube or Facebook, there would be a thumbnail that would be really intriguing and you click on it and the video would be totally different. Well, in a way, that's what AI videos and AI photos do to us is they make you stop thinking like, what's going on here? And by the time you really figure it out, you've already registered your engagement on the platform, because it doesn't go on likes anymore. So I hear a lot of people saying, well, I'm not liking them, so why am I seeing so much? And that's why.
So when you say clickbait, I thought that was still a thing. Like oftentimes I'll see a reel or something on Facebook and it looks intriguing.
Yeah.
Here's a perfect example. This Wisconsin town is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't tell you. They want you to click. I get that. Then they want you to click in the first comment, and then they want you to scroll down. Is it all about keeping people there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really maddening.
The other really maddening thing that people talk about, and you can actually do counting on this if you're interested. Next time you see one of those videos that is they're obviously pushing off the payoff. So, for example, it might be a rocket that needs to pick off, that is about to launch, right? They might put that rocket launch 10 seconds into the video to make you wait the 10 seconds because the 10-second view duration is what registers a view.
Yeah.
You know, so there are all these ways. And the thing about AI is even if you know what you're looking at, like I do, it still takes a few seconds for me to figure out if I'm watching an AI video or not, you know? So it really, the AI videos are really engaging on our current social media, and that's why people are seeing them a lot.
So we clipped a little from one of your YouTube videos, about 50 seconds, and our stream is down. Can we play it in the stream?
No.
Okay.
But I do have the audio.
The audio is
That's
still
great.
interesting. It's how to spot if something is AI.
Sure.
You'll recognize this, but let's play that.
I'm next to an AI person so we can compare and see what's wrong with him. Don't pay too much attention to me. The AI's skin is smooth, like it's wearing a ton of makeup. There are details resembling pores, but they don't stay in the same spot on his skin as his face moves. The skin looks like leather. The subtleties are gone and the texture is off. Now, let's look at the hair, which has some shape and strands, but it looks very thick, almost like it's animal fur. It's coarse and fuzzy looking. And the teeth are straighter than mine, which is not much of an accomplishment, but they change width and shapes as he talks, and the spacing between them shifts around. Okay, that's enough staring at me. Let's appreciate that for a second. I called that a superpower for a reason. Your subconscious can pick out all that detail that I had to zoom in on to demonstrate.
Let's talk about
Man,
that.
that sounds like an old video, but I don't think it is. I think that is in a YouTube video. It's so funny because I released these videos 3 months ago, and so much
really?
has already changed.
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
I mean, all those tips are still decent, but
it changes that fast.
I mean, they're improving all the time. They're just improving all the time.
Well, it's new to us.
Yeah.
So I want my guest is Jeremy Carrasco. He is an AI. You call yourself an AI expert?
Creator.
You're much
AI educator.
Okay.
I don't try to go by expert.
We'll say expert. Compared to me, you're an expert. But it's great to have you here in the studio. And I want to ask you, what should, you talk about in one of your videos, all the fingers. You can tell something kind of looks real, and then two people hug, and all of a sudden there's 7 fingers. And what else can people look for other than what we just heard to tell us something's fake or AI?
The thing that I would say is if you're concerned, I would actually seek out AI videos and see what works for you and see what you pick up on, because everyone's different. For some people, it is the audio and it is the lower quality audio, or the most recent trend is some of the newest AI models. The people talk really, really fast. And so it might be something, for example, where you're watching someone just like talking to another person on the camera, but they're talking almost like an influencer or an announcer.
Okay.
That's because the AI video models don't quite know like why we talk to people the way they do. So some people are really thrown off by the audio and how people talk. Other people will feel like an uncanny sense. Like I describe it as it feels like I'm looking at ghosts. It's like they're almost people, but like something's a little bit off. And this comes down to the fact that, for the longest time, the only way we ever captured human-like or lifelike video was with a camera sensor or film or something that collected real light in a room and bounced into a sensor and was filmed somehow. And of course there was animation, but besides that, this is the first time where a human-like presence can be kind of simulated in a way that's completely a different process. So it's just the reality is that process is different, and different people will be able to see that in their own way. So it's hard to give just like one easy tip. There aren't simple tips anymore. But the thing that I would say is the best way to figure it out is just try to step back and use some common sense. These aren't, because they're not actually people filming cameras. You might have instances where the camera position just doesn't make sense. It'd be like, who is filming this? Like, why are they filming this?
Yeah.
And again, it does require a little bit of you stepping back and asking questions, which, I mean, frankly, a lot of people aren't doing while they're on social media. That's part of the problem.
I mean, you just kind of lose yourself in the phone, and whatever it tells you, that's what you're, you say that you teach people to cope with AI. You also, in one of the videos I saw, you have AI red flags. And they're in 3 categories: anatomy, technical, and situational. You kind of just described anatomy. We talked about the multiple fingers or shoulders meshing together or whatever it is. And you just kind of talked about technical a little bit. What's the situational aspect of that?
Yeah, the situational is the video's purpose, and what it's there to make you feel, what it's there to get you to do. So a lot of videos are just there to get you to engage and to like or to share threads or to leave an angry comment when the person doesn't put down the phone to help the AI baby. But a lot of them can be eventually to sell you something or can be a scam. And those are the ones to really look out for. And, the wonderful thing about AI is it can make people do things that normal people would feel shame about. And an AI person can't feel shame, right? So it's used to, simulate people that are just supposed to get an angry comment out of you. Maybe a person who is reacting, in a very unusual way that might make you angry and you might comment. And that might be for a political gain. For example, I've seen videos of fake Trump supporters wearing MAGA hats with no teeth complaining about, their healthcare going away. And I've seen, more left-leaning people, complaining about things. It's like playing off of stereotypes, right? And its entire goal is just to make you angry at that person.
Rile people up and divide them, exactly.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting. What is... Okay, so we were talking a little bit during the break. This Tilly Norwood, she's an influence. She is an influencer. Mm-hmm. She's an AI creation. They said she was going to have an agency in Hollywood represent her. It's so strange that we're talking about something that is AI. So what is it? I equated kind of to animation. They're not real people. Like, what are they? Where will they be categorized?
I mean, first of all, just to set the record straight, Tilly Norwood has not been in any movies or succeeded in any way. I think the true industry plant is Tilly Norwood. Like, we don't know if this is going to succeed. And, in my opinion, it probably won't, because most people, when they watch a Hollywood movie, want to know about the actors and actresses. And there's a whole mystique around it, right?
Yeah.
So, having said that, eventually, I don't know, probably AI actors might be a thing someday, but let's just pump the brakes on Tilly Norwood until it succeeds, because I don't think many people are going to go to the Tilly Norwood movie.
It'll be like Pixar.
Maybe.
If you want to watch a movie with AI actor, I don't think there's really a demand for that unless they can do something that's crazy or.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. And there's, I've done a video or two about this. If you're an AI creator, let's say someone who's making AI, and you have a scene and you got 3 people in the scene, and on the left you want someone to say one thing, and on the right you want them to say another thing. The AI will frequently make the person in the middle say both of those things. It can't track who's supposed to say what. And it's worth mentioning that there are other types of AI models that are maybe a little bit, more tuned to what are called AI avatar models that are a little bit more lifelike human focused, whereas a lot of AI video models are, they can make dogs video or cat videos or skateboard videos, so it just depends on what the situation is.
Fascinating stuff. When we come back, I'm going to tell you about some of the comments I read under AI stuff that crack me up.
I'm ready.
Jeremy Carrasco is here. We're talking AI. It's Peach Schwaba and Nightlight. We're coming right back.
All right, just move yourself and you glide like a 747 and you lose yourself in the sky among the clouds in your heaven cause let this groove right up the fuse. It's all right, all right, all right. Let this groove sing in the shoes.
The Maggie Dawn Show.
State Senator Sarah Kieski, I want to talk about campus closures, especially the UW Baraboo closure.
To see these closures keep happening is heartbreaking, and seeing that there's not been an appreciation of not only the importance of this for students, but really recognizing that these are economic drivers in these small rural communities that is having a huge impact.
The award-winning Maggie Dawn Show, weekday afternoons from 4 until 6.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
The Maggie Dawn Show.
State Senator Sarah Kieski, I want to talk about campus closures, especially the UW Baraboo closure.
To see these closures keep happening is heartbreaking, and seeing that there's not been an appreciation of not only the importance of this for students, but really recognizing that these are economic drivers in these small rural communities that is having a huge impact.
The award-winning Maggie Dawn Show, weekday afternoons from 4 until 6.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
The Maggie Dawn Show.
State Senator Sarah Kieski, I want to talk about campus closures, especially the UW Baraboo closure.
To see these closures keep happening is heartbreaking, and seeing that there's not been an appreciation of not only the importance of this for students, but really recognizing that these are economic drivers in these small rural communities that is having a huge impact.
The award-winning
I love when people get romantic about the question of the night. John from Madison in the 608 says, when I was a younger man, I could eat endless donuts. All the donuts. My brother was sure that I had a tapeworm because I ate too much of everything, but I never get fat. I could down 20 donuts, no problem. That is really impressive stuff, John. There's nothing a woman likes more than a guy who can plow the donuts. Great stuff, John. Oh, I got to read a text from John last night, Con. He sent this in right as we left. It was this beautiful text, John, last night from the 608 said, great guest, great show. Peter, you keep me coming back every night. Thanks, brother, sincerely. And then he says, you got skills, man. Thank you, John, for the nice compliments. I almost forgot to read those until I saw your text pop up tonight. John also says, when I was in high school playing football, I would eat 5 pork chops and 3 Bakers. I don't even know what that is. Now I can only afford to eat them one at a time. How times have changed. Changed. I think you know what he's going for there. Steve, Conrad's dad, says back in the day, it was no problem to eat a baker's dozen. 13 of us. And you said 1, Conrad.
Should I be ashamed?
I'm going to talk to Steve about this. He says Long John's cake donuts, Bavarian cream glazed. What is he saying there? Nowadays, just a 6-pack. Raspberry-filled donuts are my favorite. Seeing you have to make sure you eat plenty of fruits per day. I'm glad your dad is getting his nutritional intake.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know
excellent.
if it counts that much with...
It's what Homer says. He says purple. Purple is a fruit. And then we've got some text that from the stream. Dave says Greenbush is awesome, and Joe can't handle the attention. They were wondering where Joe was tonight. So we'll get that figured out. All right. Tomorrow night, also on the show, folks, we've got another great one. Matt Miller will be here talking movies, and local comedian, Northeast Wisconsin-based comedian Trevor Klumpner will be here to make the popcorn pick of the week, where we give you a movie suggestion of something you can't miss. Right now, we've got a few more minutes with my current guest, and I think we need to talk about this more, Con, because I find this such an education. Like I told you, Jeremy, during the break, I love talking to people that knows so much about something, especially something I don't know about. I find that fascinating. Jeremy Carrasco is my guest. He is he coaches people and teaches them how to cope with AI. I think that's a great way to explain what you do. I love to read the comments, and I'll do it when I see like an airplane landing on a beach, and people go, "How do those people survive that?" I'm like, "Are you kidding?" Or you see this beautiful woman, and I'll go, "That's got to be AI." I'll click on it, and it is. But some of the people, the guys are, "That's a woman I could really settle down with." I'm like, "No, you can't."
Well, good catch on your part.
Well, I mean, some of it is obvious.
Yeah.
But so I'm probably maybe a little more savvy than the average guy, but they could fool me if they wanted to. What are the dangers? Like, what can happen from a social media standpoint when it comes to AI? And then let's talk a little bit about the good it can do.
Oh, I don't want to freak people out too much, but the concern that I have, because a lot of people are just like, oh, who cares, right? Who cares if the cat video is AI or if it's real? Well, the problem, y'all, is that the cat videos, are just the start. It's just the slippery slope. I know there's a slippery slope fallacy. I don't want to get in too much into it. Anyway, I'll get to it. The problem here is that when you combine AI video with all the other capabilities of other types of AI, so for example, people use the word agentic AI, which is really just an AI that can behave on its own. It doesn't need human guidance. Well, if you match up an AI video with an AI agent that can act on itself, and you multiply that by, I don't know, 1 million or 500 million accounts, all of a sudden we could have a lot of fake people out there. And, I talk a lot about what I think the lines that I want to draw, like what is acceptable or what is not. And I think that the major line I would draw is I'm really against fake AI people, because I think that, as people, we should really protect our likenesses and make sure that we trust that we are talking to real people on the other end of it. Because if we don't, society can really break down. If you don't believe that you are engaging with other people, how can you run a functioning democracy? Like, it can go really that far. I don't think we're there yet. I think that there's, a lot of the story still to be written. So I don't talk about that too much because it can sound scary, but that's a big part of it. And then there's also just the risk of being scammed. I mean, there's people can make AI videos of fake products and sell you a fake product. That's a good example.
Yeah. Great answer. So is this something that, as polarized as we are right now, and the answer might be no, because if people can find a way to use AI to their advantage, that's probably what they're going to do. But could you see political parties or somebody coming together and go, we have to regulate this somehow?
Yeah, I think that the governance of AI is a whole conversation. I'm starting to become affiliated with some groups that talk a little bit more about this. I'm curious about the governance side of it.
Yeah,
I think that as a public, as a community, we have a lot of opportunity to build public norms around it. And that's really what I'm focused on right now.
Well, good for you, man. Keep up the great work. This is just so fascinating to me. Let's just really freak people out here. Last question.
Okay, I'm ready.
Like in the Terminator.
Yeah.
Could AI take over the world? Doesn't somebody always have to be running AI? Or can AI get so smart it will boot humans out completely?
Yeah, people are worried about that. There are entire nonprofits dedicated just to stopping that scenario. I think that AI would be more likely to take over when it pleases you, more Matrix style, rather than trying to take over by force. Because really the power that it could have is, just making us okay with kind of leaving the comforts of our world to a more comfortable AI future, right? But I don't think it's particularly likely for what it's worth.
Let's be honest. It's already taken over.
It's already started.
Faces are on our phones all the time.
Exactly.
It's just not so overt, I suppose. Jeremy, this is fun. Thank you. We're going to have to do this again when you can spend a little more time. I love what you do. Keep up the great work, and we'll do it again.
This was fun. Thank you.
All right. That's Green Bay resident and DePaul University grad Jeremy Carrasco. I'd like to also thank Heather Arndt for being here tonight. Great time catching up with Heather and all of your texts and calls. Thank you, folks. It's been fun donut talk tonight. We're coming back tomorrow night with a new question and new guests. And on behalf of the lovable producer Conrad, I'm Pete Schwaba saying good night, Wisconsin.
I know you try the best you can. Need to